Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 5, Episode 7 of War of the Ring. We just wrapped up round number 6 with an epic battle between Orthanc and the Rohirrim. We also had the Balrog attacking Galadriel's in Lorien. We'll do a quick recap and then get into gameplay. Okay, we'll do a quick recap of Episode 6 and we'll jump right into Episode 7. We had a battle between the Balrog and Lorien's forces controlled by Galadriel. We've got the Balrog and Galadriel here. We've also had the forces of Saruman versus Gandalf leading the Rohirrim, with Sauron leading the Uruk-hai as well as the Hillman tribes. And obviously we have the Rohirrim versus the orcs and the hillmen. So amazing round of combat. We've seen that the troops of the Saruman have been diminished somewhat, so positive outcome. Let's see what happens in round number 7. We'll do a quick check-in with our sponsor and then we'll jump right into gameplay. Thank you all for watching. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore down in the description. You check the link out and you can find books like The Genealogy of Cthulhu, Hermeticism of Hastur, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. Those and others collected together in the 6-volume omnibus Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. We've also got Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines, Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, where we deep dive into what makes Frank Herbert's Dune original saga amazing. And there's also Esoteric Saturn Mysteries and our Dragon Mysteries from our podcast series on the sister channel, Pontos Fathom Press. And in Esoteric Anthroposophy and Occulted History, we talk about Tolkien as well. Finally, we've got our new saga out based on Lovecraft's Dreamlands. It's The Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands, Volume 1, Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, featuring the Dreamland city of Cellophase. The next volume coming out will be Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, which focuses on Daleth Leen. And then we've got coming later in the year, Stubborn Devotions, Inventing and Forgiving, and Beloved, Believed, Bedailed, which feature the Temple of Hypnos and Lost Carcosa. Now back into the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our Patreon, like and subscribe, and let's get into the next turn. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get round 7 started. I'll grab the cards for each of these factions. We'll take a look at the cards in a moment. Meanwhile, we'll go and get the die roll set up. And as we mentioned, we've now got the Balrog in play. We've got Gandalf and Elrond. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll remove one of the hunt dice back. We have the Witch King. The Witch King gets a normal die, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the Balrog's die here. Let's roll these up, and we will jump into the gameplay. Okay, let's collect these up. We have one more eye that can return into the hunt pool. And then we have these. And we have these. So let's jump ahead and we will start out with, let's do an action from an action die for the Fellowship. We'll move them into space 2, and we'll go ahead and we'll roll 2 dice for the hunt. That's 2 and a 3, so we can. So now they've gone 2 spaces, and that's going to place them somewhere between. So they went in the first space, they have to be either here or here. Here or here. Now this next space, they can be either here, or in Fangorn Forest, something like this. This is the area that they can be in with the 2. Okay, but there's escape things so far. Let's go ahead and let's move our leaders. We're gonna move Boromir and Elrond. They actually have the movement of let's have Strider go into the battle, and then he can add if Strider is in a battle, add 1 of the combat strength of 3 people. This still is maximum of 5 combat dice. And Boromir is going to move down to here to end up joining. He's returned to the area of Gondor. So let's move to the Shadow Player. Shadow Player. Let's go ahead and have the Shadow Player moving the armies of the Witch King and Mount Gundabad. We'll leave 1 behind on Angmar and Gundabad, and we'll have them move down like this. Next up, we will. Where did I put that die? Okay, that was that die. Where's this one? Okay, then we'll have another leadership card. Let's have leaders attack with army. Let's go ahead and have the forces of Rivendell move down to this field, and they're going to also be able to attack there. Let's go ahead and have the Shadow Folk look at their cards. Look at the Wild Hill and recruit 1. Recruit 1 Dunderling figure in the Dunlin settling. So the Dunlending. So the Dunedain, the Dunlending figures, the Dunlending. Move all Dunlending to 2 regions. Okay, so we can put 2 more figures from the Hillmen into each of these regions, and then we can move them 2 spaces. So 1, 2. We can move them down to this orc space. That will be this result of playing this card. So next up, let's go to our Fellowship player. Let's take a look at their cards. We'll play this as cards. Move any or all the companions who are not in the Fellowship. So we've moved we can move Aragorn here. Let's move we'll move Boromir into Minas Tirith. So that is that card. We'll go ahead and do a mustering. Oh no, this is what? It's a attack sword. This is the Balrog's attack sword. What does that mean? It's just an attack. The Balrog character removed. Okay, so the Balrog can do an attack. Let's have the Balrog attacking here. So they only have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5, so they can do 5 dice versus the 4 dice of the elves behind them. So they'll attack these elves behind them. Let's also look for some cards to play with them. Unfortunately, play the Great Host, and then we'll also play okay, so we're going to play no quarter, so we can grab an extra hit if we do that. So no power, no quarter and Great Host. Let's go ahead and see how we do. We've got 1, 2 if we can re-roll 2 and 2. We get 1, and if we score at least 1 hit, we get an extra hit. So they get 1 hit against us, and that's going to be an extra hit as well. So they're going to lose this from their side, but we're going to gain 3 hits, so we'll lose 1 orc and 1 elite orc. So there are some casualties with the Balrog. And that's going to do it for that battle. Move these out. Put these dice aside. Let's go back to our fellowship player. The fellowship player will get to muster. Let's have them muster. We can get 2 regular units and settlements. Well, I'm going to actually go with 2 Gondor units. I think we need to get this Gondor army prepared for the battle. So I'm going to muster 2 1 leader and 1 regular army and 2 different settlements. So I'll do a Gondor leader and a regular here in Minas Tirith, and I will add an elite Rohirrim into the battle here. So we get these 2 results. Okay, so that is going to be muster. Now we have another card to play from the shadow player. Shadow player has Old Hatred. We can roll a die for each dinnerling, so we can do that Old Hatred. We'll put that out on the board before a battle. We'll go back to leadership. Let's have Elrond, actually not Elrond, Gandalf. Strider, he can increase the value. Let's have an attack of Strider versus the Orthanc ghouls. So again, we'll have 5 dice here. Let's see if we can do I don't think I have any combats left. Okay, we can play this one. Advantageous procedure. Subtract 1 from the dice of the shadow player. And then we're going to remove the power. The Nazgul is in power. We remove Gandalf's power. So instead, we're going to play with our leader is going to be Aragorn. Oh, and we get 1, 2. They get 4. But we also can subtract 1 from the dice rolls. 1. Oh, okay, I'm going to subtract this one. Those are still hits. And we're going to get to roll, again, re-rolling these leadership ones. And we get this, and they get another 6. Well, they got all these 6s, so that Aragorn one would save them only 1 die. So it's 4 and 4. We'll remove 2 of the, well, 2 orcs and 2 of the so the Dunedin actually get to roll a separate roll here. They get to score another hit. So the Dunedin are removed at this point. So now we're going to remove all of these from the damage. And then we need to the Dunlings. So that leaves only Orc, and Rider. Then we have to remove, let's remove a Leader, an Eagle, And yeah, the leader and the eagle, I guess, will be removed. And we'll keep this Rohirrim here. Okay, so that's going to do it. These are removed from the battle, damaging that way. And let's clear these out. Hatred. Okay, so now that was that last die. We have one die left. Let's have let's go ahead and have our leaders retreat back to Orthanc to regroup. That will be their movement. We'll go ahead and use this as another muster, and we'll grab 2 elites for Gondor. 2 elites for Gondor. So Gondor and Gondor. We're going to grab these 2 and place them. It came up pretty good. I've got that paint through video you guys can go check out. We'll place these here on Helm's Deep. And that's going to be it for them. And then finally, one last card for the enemy. They can go ahead and draw 3 cards from the faction deck. Let's just go ahead and grab one, and we'll just pick one. It works multiplying again. They can discard this one and keep that one. And that's going to wrap it up for the round, guys. We will see you in round number 8. Massive damages. Orthanc has retreated, and Rohan has kind of held its own, but it looks like this battle will be looming here. Let's see where the Fellowship ends up next round. We'll see you guys in the next gameplay. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.